In today's 5-Minute Gardener, getting garden pests before they get your precious plants. Our 5-Minute Gardener, Debbie Mounts from Harlow Gardens, has the information we all need to know.
As gardeners, we know that there are certainly parts of our job that are not so fun, which is treating insects and problems that we may be having with specific plants. I'm standing here at the nursery in our garden pharmacy. I'm going to talk to you about 3 bugs that are very common to find during the summertime that can wreak havoc really in your garden. Now, the first one I want to talk about is grubs. Now, grubs are a really nasty looking, kind of a little prehistoric wormy thing, and basically, I have a picture on this bag here, but basically what they are is they are the larvae of beetles, of the summer beetles that we see flying around. And they live in soil, so they can live either in your pots or they can live in the ground. They are often found in grass. People will come in and they say, I have these patches of my grass where the grass has died, and oftentimes it can mean that there are grubs living underneath. They're eating the roots of the grass. One of the clues that that's happening is you'll often find birds are standing on the soil above that area, pecking, looking, and trying to get those grubs. So one of the things you can use to treat, there are a number of treatments for grub control. This is one. This is specifically designed for lawns, but there are also other grub controls that we can show you for pots and things. The next one I want to talk about is spider mite. Now, spider mite is a little teeny tiny spider. It's red. It's about this big. It's just teeny tiny, and what it does is on your plants, is very common in hot, dry weather. On your plants, you'll notice on the leaf, instead of being a lush green leaf, it's got kind of a stippled appearance. Now, one thing that they like hot, dry, dusty conditions. So the best thing to do for spider mite is to spray off your plants thoroughly and with a good harsh spray of water once or twice a week. That in itself can control it if you're diligent. But if that's too tough to do, then this is a product. It is called Triple Action, and it is an oil-based product, so you want to spray it at night, then hose it off in the morning so that it doesn't burn your plants. The last one I want to talk to you about is an insect called whitefly. Whitefly, if this plant, this bougainvillea, had whitefly, I would know, because when I came along to water it, or if I brushed the foliage, you would get these little flies that would fly up out of the foliage. And oftentimes on the back of the leaves, the flies fly off, but on the back of the leaves you find little teeny tiny white dots, which are the eggs. So what works for them is a twofold treatment. You want to trap the adults. There's sticky stakes which trap the adults, and then you can use the Triple Action stuff again on the backs of the leaves to suffocate the eggs. Just don't forget to hose it off in the morning so it doesn't burn your plants. Okay, go out there and get those bugs.
And now we want to talk about caterpillars.
Right.
And let's bring up the first picture, the orange dog caterpillar that we have.
Right.
And that way you can tell us what to do about that.
Okay, this is an orange dog caterpillar, and they eat citrus. They're specific to citrus. And they look, you can recognize them. You'll notice on your citrus, suddenly you find munching spots, and you walk over and you say, well, all I see is bird poo. They look just like bird poo in person. So if you see bird poo, you know I have an orange dog caterpillar. That guy turns into the swallowtail butterfly.
Oh, okay.
So some people will come in and they'll say, I'd really rather have the butterflies. I don't care about the caterpillars. So just remember that becomes a swallowtail butterfly.
Okay, the next one is the tomato hornworm.
Tomato hornworms. Now these guys are voracious eaters. You can get a tomato hornworm on your tomato plant or peppers. I can't remember offhand what else they get on, but overnight they can take half of a tomato plant.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And they blend right in.
They blend right in. They're hard to find. You only know they're there by the fact that parts of your plant are missing. And these guys turn into the big sphinx moth.
Okay.
Those big, cool sphinx moths that look kind of like hummingbirds as they fly around your garden.
And the last one is the Western grape leaf skeletonizer.
Exactly. Now these guys, if you're growing grapes in your yard at this time of the year, you know, this is like a grape leaf, and a grape leaf is kind of shaped like a hand. Well, all of the membrane between what would be the veins or my fingers is all totally eaten away. So that's why they call them skeletonizers. And they turn into this little blue, what they call a skeletonizer moth.
Wow.
Anyway, so treatment for these.
Okay.
This is the first one. This is called, the ingredient is Bacillus thuringiensis, which is a bacteria. And it gets into the caterpillar and kind of starts, he eats it, ingests it, and poof, they're gone. And this is the other one. This is called Captain Jack's, and this is an organic. Both of these are organics.
And they both work.
Yeah, excuse me, they both work.
For all three of the caterpillars.
All three of the caterpillars.
Thank you so much, Debbie.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. Still